24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey gamers, it is Swing Live. We're back for another episode, closing out January already. 1 month down, 11 to go. But let's go ahead and bring on Ryan. There is no Tay tonight, unfortunately, but you know, we're taking care of business still. So get on in here, Ryan. How we
Tay
doing?
is just bailing because he lost to the king in Madden.
So I've heard.
All it is.
So what was the final score? Just jump right into it.
I want to say 27-21. It went into
Okay,
overtime. It went
So a
into
close
OT.
game. So
It
a
was close.
game.
Yeah, it was close. Like, I mean, it could have gone either way, but we both turned the ball over a ton. So it was like back and forth, back and forth. And mind you, I was playing on PlayStation, so there were like 3 different instances where I hit what I thought was the X button and it's the square button.
Right. Gotcha.
So I'm like, oh, he's wide open. And I hit the button and Tay would be like, he wasn't open. And I'm like, oh, that's the wrong button again.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was able to stop him. He got possession first in overtime and I stopped him on downs, picked it off and then marched back downfield and took the win. So I am the Madden champion.
Very nice.
So much so that I'm going to hit myself twice.
Oh boy. You know, I mean, I have a feeling there's going to be a rematch for sure. I suspect Tay's going to want that, and I think since you guys went into overtime, it's kind of due. So you might want to be careful. You know, I mean, he might come back, and
the amount of smack talk that he had during that match, like it was pretty brutal. And he talked smack obviously all the way up leading up to it. Remember, like
right. So
he can take his L. He tried to do a rematch right after losing, and I was like, no.
Well, so I guess that means that we might have a rematch eventually.
It'll probably happen again, but like, to be completely honest, like it's not the same game on PS4 as it is on next gen.
Gotcha.
It definitely is different. But there's some mechanics that are very similar. So I was able to make some good plays and make a difference, and then just march right back downfield and take him out. So that was fun.
Right.
It was fun. It was also on the game day stream, so you can actually go back and watch it on channel and make sure you avoid the 2 curse words that I said during the match.
Well, it happens, especially in a match as close as that one.
Yeah.
But so besides Madden, what else have you been playing?
I played God of War on PC. It is so choice.
Is it?
It's so good. Like the game was good on PlayStation. Like I played the first time I played through it was on PS4 Pro. It looks it's probably one of the best games I've ever seen visually. I really want to see the Uncharted collection now that came out this week, because of what they did with God of War and how good it looks on PC.
Right.
It really makes me want to play. I never finished Uncharted 4, which I should go back and do that. And now I may have incentive to do it and play it on PC. But it's so good. Like, God of War it was my game of the year in 2018. So I anticipated really enjoying it, on PC, but I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. I can't get enough of it.
Right. So that's interesting. It's one game that I'm like tempted to pick up. I never got it on PlayStation and stuff like that. And maybe one of these days I will once, I feel like I have enough time to like sit there and sink in. But right now I've been playing just like so many random like small games here and there. There's not one game that I just want to sit down and like chew on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I might make my way there. As far as like the Uncharted series go, I have the Drake collection somewhere around here. So I was picking up my room. Oh yeah, it's right here. I just found the disc like loose. I know it's like a gamer sin. It's still in good shape, it looks like, but so maybe one day I'll get back to that. We'll see. I have a lot of games that I need to finish, but
I do too. I mean, we've talked about it before where I'm like, I shouldn't be buying anything else at this point, because there's so many I need to either wrap up or finally get through for the first time.
And I still need to get back into Fortnite too. So, that's also still on that list.
Yeah, right. And I've been playing that off and on. I took a little bit of a break from it. I played for a couple minutes the other night. It keeps sucking me back in. I still don't like the building. I've turned the auto builder on, and I get how that functions a little bit better now. But it's still not
auto builder. I think that was around when I was playing, but I haven't really messed with that at all.
Yeah, basically, like it just makes it really quick to build.
Oh,
fast,
okay, you just like hold it down and it like builds, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to like click each time. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, all right. You sparked my memory now. Okay.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit easier to put walls up in front of you at least while you're trying to get away. But I still think that I would appreciate that game more without the building. Although I did kill someone the other night who just built a big stairway like to heaven basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shot him while he was on the top and he just fell down to his death. So that was kind of funny. But overall, I'm not a fan of the building still.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those games where I kind of just want to casually dip my toes in every now and then. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Hopefully my skills are still there.
Oh, I'm sure you'll pick it right back up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll dip my toes in it tonight, depending. I am scheduled to play some poker with my friend tonight in the metaverse, so we'll see how that goes. But speaking of which, that's kind of what I've been playing. It's just more VR. Did some fishing. Just still been playing.
How relaxing is the VR fishing?
It's very relaxing. It's a great game. Like we kind of like play that before bed. I'm literally like I'll just stack my pillows up on the end of my bed. And I'll just sit there. You know what I mean? And like it's gonna ruin real fishing for me because the amount of you fish that you catch is up there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like it's not like you're sitting there with your pole in the water for very long. But it is definitely fun. It's relaxing. I haven't even been. I'm like only like 15 out of the 20 areas. On the base game, they did come out with a US West DLC. I'll probably be getting that once I beat the main game. So that's super fun. The poker VR, it's a lot of fun. Poker Stars VR is what it's called. It's got poker, roulette, blackjack. I've talked about it before. Sports betting, all that. Yeah. But
like real life sports betting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm as far as the playoffs go, I am how many games were there? 8. So I'm 6 for 8. I only missed 2. That was the Cowboys and the Packers. 2 crazy games, but we won't go into that. Houday just got this actually at TJ Maxx today for $15. It's got zipper pockets and everything. It's official NFL. I can't believe they still had one. I was like, what? $15? Anyway,
there's a guy selling Bengals gear on the street corner today.
That doesn't surprise me, right? You got to hop on that bandwagon.
Big old creepy white van and a ton of evil stuff. Like
It's the best merch. It's the best official merch you can get, right?
yeah.
Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. And so last week, I think it was last Thursday or something like that. I actually won a poker tournament on the game. That was pretty cool. I managed to outlast everybody. And then last night, me and my friends, we do poker night every other week. And well, last night I won. So apparently VR poker translates into real world poker somewhat, or I just got super lucky. But I was down at one point and I managed to make my way back and won last night. So $60 win last night. Pretty proud of it, but is what it is. Still playing Clash of Clans. As far as mobile games, really the only mobile game I've been messing with. Keep trying to get more people to get Oculus because like the more people you have, the more fun it is. I've been meeting all kinds of like crazy random people that are all super cool.
I would just have to avoid anything that's real life betting.
Yeah, I mean you're not using
like,
any real money, so which is nice, but
that would just get me in the mood to go to the casino though and just do it for real.
See, that's where my one friend is who got one. He got one like a couple weeks ago, and I've been playing a lot with him. But on me, on the other hand, it like scratches that itch because like it's just kind of fun, And every 8 hours you can spin a big wheel and get free chips. Like I landed on like the rare 100,000 chips like the other day. I was freaking out. Everybody in the lobby and everyone was like, "What?" Like they're like, "They've never seen that before." So that was really cool. I got really lucky on that. But there's not a whole lot of games I'm looking forward to. I still want to get into Fortnite, like I was saying. I haven't played Rocket League much at all, but I kind of like to translate into kind of the gaming news. I'm kind of looking forward to getting my Steam Deck because I know that will kind of up my gameplay like a lot because like having access to my Steam library. So those are supposed to be shipping out next month. As far as I know, and it's like the end of next month. It says it's supposed to begin shipping on February 28th.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like what it ends up, like how it ends up. I froze. Can you still hear me, Mark?
I still hear you. I can still see it too.
Hey, cool. Well, I froze on my screen. I'm interested to see how it plays. If for no other reason, just to see the battery life, because that's been a big concern.
Right. See, I don't mind playing it with it plugged in, though, personally.
Gotcha.
I mean, I know some people that don't want to do that, but I mean, like, if that's what it comes down to, like, even the Oculus, like, nowadays, like, I just leave it plugged in because it comes, like, I bought the extra long cable and, like, it's completely fine. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. And it's like if it starts bugging you, you just unplug it and you're good for like 2 hours.
Right. Yeah, I'm interested to see because if it doesn't last longer than a couple hours, it doesn't do me any good. Like, I need it for a flight that I'm taking to Arizona. I know, like, I'm going to Phoenix in March, and I would really like to have mine by then. But I bet I'm in the second wave, so I bet you I don't have it by the time I go. But from what I understand, people are canceling, so we'll see. There's a lot of people canceling because of the battery life. I actually heard somebody today say that they didn't want to be a beta tester for them, so that's why they canceled it, because they feel like it's not really ready.
Yeah.
They talked about delaying it, and then they didn't really delay it much. So,
I mean, 2 to 5 hours. I mean, isn't that what the Switch is?
Yeah, just like 5 is where I'm really kind of like, what game is lasting 5 hours? Is it a graphics intensive game, or is it something that I'm playing like 8-bit? I don't know. I'm hopeful that it works well, and I'm hopeful. Like, I saw a picture of God of War being played on it.
Yeah.
I was super excited about that.
Well,
But,
also in the news, I saw that you can actually suspend play and continue on another device.
yeah, that's really, really cool. That idea, I think, is probably my favorite thing about it.
Mhm.
Um, I would love to just be able to like stop and then just go pick it up like on my PC. Now
Right.
the weird thing is that I don't know how that'll work because like different PCs have different capabilities. Like, is that going to have an issue? I'm probably would say probably not, but again, without seeing it functional and seeing how it works, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I'm sure like you have to have Steam like up and like ready for it. You know what I mean? It's not like you just snap your fingers and it's like up, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's like a process to it. No different than like trying to stream something to like another computer or something like that, like a TV or something like that. It's kind of
Right.
there's a few extra steps, but it works kind of thing. I'm sure that's how that will be, but I mean, I I am kind of hopeful for it. I mean, this is a big step for Steam, but Steam usually does like a pretty good job. It's kind of like Nintendo in a sense that like you could pretty much count on it. Yeah, sometimes their products are just gonna not really land, but that product is still usually gonna be solid. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
for instance, like I know like some of the DSs were just kind of meh. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, but like the ideas behind them were meh, but they were still solid products, if that makes sense. It's not like you buy a product from Nintendo and it's just crap. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this garbage?
Right.
So it's I almost see Steam as if like if this comes out, it's gonna be like kind of like COD, where it's like, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's but it's, I don't think it's gonna be like Cyberpunk, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
but
I mean, again, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be interesting if it plays well.
mhm.
I'll be interested to see how they determine who gets theirs first based on the original, like, hey, you're in group 1 or group 2, and how that kind of works out.
From my understanding, it's still like all like in line, like first come first serve.
Yeah, I mean, because they had the pre-orders on it, right?
Right.
So initially, I was shown in wave 2. It doesn't say anything about what wave I'm in now. On my pre-order.
I don't even know where to check that. On Steam.
Yeah, on Steam. Like I was in my account looking at because it under like your account details or whatever it had, like where you've pre-ordered or what you've spent or whatever. And previously it said like wave 2. And
That
now
might
it doesn't
update as
say
you get.
that.
That might update as you get closer, but they did say. I was looking through the frequently asked questions. They did say that the delay had no effect on that. So what you were before is what you still are, is what they said.
Yeah, I just wonder how many people in wave 1 have canceled their pre-orders on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot, like I would say not many. I would say a lot of the people who canceled probably were already hesitant with their pre-order to begin with. I think most people who jumped on it immediately probably are still staying.
Yeah,
not all, but I would say like almost all.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll be honest. I have no clue. I have no idea what's going to happen, and I just hope I get it in time for my trip. That's my mood.
And when is that, you said?
Second weekend in March. So March 11th through 15th. So it'll be, I mean, it's going to be cutting it close. With the release date being at the end of February. But I mean, I pre-ordered it without even knowing I was going on that trip. So, but I hope I have it for that trip because I think it would be cool. And there's a couple games in my Steam library that I would love to be able to play in that like I would love to play Street Fighter 5 or any of my fighting games.
Right.
You know.
Honestly, the next flight I take, I kind of want to take my Oculus. Just for the fact to download like movies and stuff, plug in headphones and just like chill, right? Because like I mean, like, if you're like watching on your phone, your like head's like down in like your lap, or like trying to get comfortable, or you're like trying to set it up on your little tray. But this is just like you just zoned in. You just like
I
got
just
your
need to
neck
bring
pillow
something
and
other than my
you know,
phone when I'm like for entertainment purposes solely
yeah,
to make sure my phone is functional for when I land to get all of my other stuff taken care of.
yeah. I mean, that's a good
Rental
point.
car, all that stuff.
I'm telling you, like I still have an iPhone X.
Yeah, I have the XS Max, like the big one of that.
Yeah, so like my battery life is like slowly dwindling or whatever, which is, it's cool. But I have so many battery packs at this point just from over the years that like I always just pack them.
Yeah, I have 2 that we're gonna take with us.
There you go.
So, I mean, I'm not. It's not like I'm an amateur in the travel game. I just would rather not have to use my phone for the entertainment purposes.
Right.
If I can get away, I mean, I could take a Switch. That's fine, but like Mortal Kombat on Switch doesn't look like any like Mortal Kombat on Steam Deck. I would guess. I would think it's going to look more, graphically intensive on like the graphics will be better on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm curious about too, is just the graphics and performance, because the Switch, like Nintendo games perform amazing. They look great, they perform great, but like as soon as you step off that Nintendo platform, the games are just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like they just don't look good.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not all games, but like the ones I've played are just like, ugh. It's like what's going on here? So I'm trying to get to see if I can see mine. See if I can see my pre-order. You said you go to maybe view purchase history?
Yeah, it was in the purchase history. Like, and previously I saw it there and I thought it had shown what group I was in. And now I don't see that. I could be wrong. I remembered seeing at some point like it showing me what group I was in. But now I don't see it on there.
And this is like, I don't like looking at this.
I did the
It's a
same
lot.
thing. I was like, now, honestly,
I
from the time that I pre-ordered that in July until now,
Mhm.
I've only purchased 4 things on Steam. I've been pretty good. I didn't talk about this game earlier, but it's something that you might find interesting. Hoko Life is the name of it.
What is that on?
It's on Steam. It's essentially a knockoff of Animal Crossing. Like, and
Interesting.
it's a PC game. I find it really entertaining. Like, they tried so
What is it
hard.
called? Poco what?
Hoko, Hokko, Life. I mean, you can't tell me that they weren't like, hey, Animal Crossing is not on PC. I want to put it on there. Like,
Wow, I'm looking at it right now. Jeez.
Spot on though,
Mixed
right?
reviews recently too.
Yeah, it's so.
That's only recently, then I wonder why.
There are times when it's like not good, like the story bogs down really bad, and like they're like, hey, eventually somebody's going to come into the diner, and you've got to talk to this person about moving to the city, and it's a realtor. Like they're like, you got to talk to this realtor so you can buy your own house. I've been waiting for that for like a couple days worth of playing it.
Right.
Like, and I'll go up to my room at the inn and go to bed so I can wake up the next day and hope that person's there. And I haven't gotten that yet. And I could have missed them. Who knows? And then it could break the game. I have no idea, but it's a straight up clone, right? Like if you look at it, it screams Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah. There's nothing about it that doesn't.
So I don't know. It's an interesting one, but that I played a little bit of that off and on, and then I just haven't mentioned it much because it was like, it's okay.
Right.
But I don't know. I haven't spent a whole crap ton on it, which is good, I guess. I guess I could have, but I have not. I've gotten away with not doing it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't know why people feel the need to copy games like that. It's like, why? Like, can't you make something like somewhat? I mean, I guess I don't know how long they've been in development of that, but I mean, like,
Oh, I have no
is
idea, but it's a ripoff of Animal Crossing, straight up.
hmm,
Like, and there's no doubt. Like any of the old Animal Crossings, even you can look at it and be like, yeah,
oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's just like awkward timing. It's like a year later, pretty much,
yeah.
almost 2 years. But that came out when I said, when did that come out again? I looked at the date because it's been out for a while. Yeah, June of last year. So, so
Yeah.
yeah, so
So
about a year.
over a year from when Animal Crossing came out on Switch, they
Yeah.
released that. So,
Hmm.
mm,
Did you hear that Blizzard's making its own survival game in a new universe?
yeah, I don't know what Blizzard and Activision used to even follow at this point. Like I see it, and then I go, "Well, are they still gonna be?"
I
Like,
don't think Microsoft's coming in and just start swinging hammers. I don't think we'll see the effects of Microsoft for another 3 to 5 years. Like I think
I
they're
would
just going to
think
come in, let things chill.
anything that's in
But
development should stay in development. I would think.
right now, like games that are just now being like put on a whiteboard right now, yeah, that's going to be affected for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do. I'm still waiting for Overwatch because I want to see what they're really going to put in that game. Like, because when I watched the trailer for Overwatch 2 when they announced it, it
Hmm.
just looked like more of Overwatch 1 for me.
Right. I don't understand why they did
Um,
a second one.
like, just give us new maps and some new characters off and on,
Hmm.
and just keep it rolling. Make it a games as a service similar to like Warzone, right?
Right.
And just give me, hey, here's a new character, $4.99, boom, there you go. And I think that people would jump in. I'd be interested to hear what Chris has to say from Team Frisch, like,
He
because
seemed excited.
he's a big Overwatch guy. He's super excited about it, and I'd be interested to see like where, like, if he would rather have a whole new game or if he would have been okay on the give me new characters and new maps front.
I think the reason to be excited about a new game is to bring back a player base. Like, you know what I mean? Not that their player base is gone by any means, but to like strengthen it. So I think that will help for sure. But I know as far as the acquisition of Microsoft goes, he was excited about it, from what I could tell in the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he is excited about it. I just wonder what they're going to do. There's got to be a big announcement. They've got to come up with something like fairly sizable to bring back this player base that they've lost a lot of them, honestly. Between all the stuff that was going on at Activision Blizzard and then finding out that some of the characters were named after some of the people that were being offensive to their coworkers and things like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that really put a damper on that title. And I think that game honestly is fun. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. Am I good at it? No. But did I enjoy spending time on it? I thought it was fun the majority of the time that I played. But I think that you can also miss out on some of that stuff, like if you get too wrapped up in all the crap that's going on. And I'm not saying dismiss those things, but I
mhm.
think you have to take some of that stuff and say, okay, there were still decent people that created this game, and it affects the livelihoods of some of those people if that game just stops working.
Right.
because it's not being played.
I mean, as far as that situation goes, I mean, technically, I mean, the victims also were working on that too. So I mean,
right.
It could, yeah. So I mean,
it kind of goes both ways, but
yeah,
I just think that you could get it. They could get a good second game off the ground and get it out. Like it would probably sell because I bought the collector's edition of the first game and it was a brand new IP.
Yeah, I mean that's what was made it exciting too, though, is it being a brand new IP. But I'm not a fan of games keep releasing like if they come out with Fortnite 2, you know what I mean? Like do what Fortnite does.
Just doing these changes with the maps, right?
Right.
Like, hey, the map it works upside down, and you're like, sweet.
That's what cool, I really hope more games do that, and they're already talking about getting rid of the yearly CODs, and they need to. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think Overwatch really dropped the ball on that because they could have literally just came out with this big update. Call it whatever you want, Overwatch, whatever. It doesn't bother me any. Just call it something. Yeah. So anyway, that's my rant. I think they should just kept going with updates, big updates. You can call the update whatever you want. Doesn't bother me. Just don't
release something.
Just, I mean, you can charge however much you want with it too. Like it's just. I mean, if do I think the DLC or this update should cost $60? Probably not. I mean, why would you? But at the same time, like, I mean, we all know it's going to be on the same engine. Everything's going to look pretty much the same. There's not going to be like a whole lot of like new things. This game's going to make it super exciting. It's not like Grand Theft Auto 4 to Grand Theft Auto 5. But I could be wrong. Who knows? It could just totally blow me away. But I just don't see that happening.
I don't know. When it does get ready to come out, though, I think we bring Chris on, let him talk about it, let him share with us like what his excitement is about it. I think it should be a good game, but I'm gonna have to hold out and see. It's one that I won't pre-order.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably never get it personally. I got my fill on just regular Overwatch, so I'm chilling on that aspect. So where was it? Yeah, Elgato. Did you see what they're releasing?
The pedal?
Yeah.
What? So I did see it. I get the concept. What's wrong with my Steam Deck? Like what why?
I mean, I have this like $15 on Amazon. I don't know how much they're charging for theirs, but it works.
What do you do with it?
So for me, honestly, I haven't used it in a while. But now that I'm back at this setup, I'll probably utilize it again. Perfect for muting your mic. Perfect. I love it. Because hands-free, especially if you're a streamer or a content creator, you know what I mean? Your friends aren't going to want to hear you talking to your chat all the time or thanking people for follows, subs, whatever it may be, or just if you're talking to yourself, you know? So like just press and then press again. Like, so I would use it. So I would set it up in Discord as the foot pedal would be the toggle mute. So I mute myself. Then if I need to talk to friends, press it, you know, they can hear me, press it again. I'm back to muted. Perfect. So beyond that, I mean, you can use it however you want. You can buy as many foot pedals as you want, but it's just, I just don't. I understand what Elgato is doing. They're trying to like cover every aspect. I just wish they would be a little bit more creative in things than this foot pedal. But it does look like this foot pedal has different areas you can touch. So like of like sensors and stuff. So it's not just like a one button, which is cool.
It's
but they
$90.
$90.
It's $89.99.
I knew it'd be a lot, but
here's the kicker: it's already sold out.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's kind of they have them like, you know.
I mean, I literally have a Steam Deck. I don't like even when I'm playing, like it's close enough that I can hit whatever.
I'm telling you, hands free though is nice. Look, they're already like showing the mute thing. I was ahead of the game on this, low key, but this doesn't really surprise me. But you know,
Yeah,
I just wish they'd be a little bit more innovative.
$90 just seems like a lot.
Like the Stream Deck, innovative. You know,
Oh, that's by
this
far the best thing that I have for when I stream,
right.
especially if I'm playing like Madden, because
Yeah.
I have it set up like if I get a first down, I have a video that I can play like every time I get a
Mhm.
first down, or like if the defense makes a big stop, I have it be like have pop up a video when the defense makes a stop. Like it's cool, and we use it here on the show. We have the soundboard, right? Like that I'll
Yeah.
do boo, sigh, cheer, and then we have some other stuff that we use on it. But
I
I
really
saw
like
the bigger one and was like, "What? I can't possibly imagine using that many buttons."
yeah.
But then I watched somebody else do it and went, "Oh yeah, I could see doing that." Like they had a really cool setup though too. It was another Madden streamer who he's a big Bengals fan, so it was really fun to watch because he had like different Who Day animations and stuff that would like scroll across the screen. I mean, he
Right.
did it up. And I thought it was really cool how he did some stuff. It was way above what I do when I stream, but I mean, he's on every day. Like I literally take when I'm on my lunch break can pop on. He's on every day. So it's different, I guess, if you're doing it for a living. Like he's trying to make it his primary form of income.
Right.
Again, I always say Tay and I were born like 10 to 20 years too early.
No, not true at all. I
like,
mean, you can literally do it. I mean, it takes a lot of work, but it's like
well,
if
yeah,
you
but like once you've got kids and other responsibilities, it's really hard to just be like, hey, I'm going to quit my job and go stream 8 hours a day.
you include them. I mean, I would just include them.
Well, and I have
A lot of people manage that.
I have some videos of my youngest playing Madden this past weekend because he played it. He was the Bengals in one game and beat the Steelers like 35-0 or 35-3 or something. It was
Right.
crazy. But
I mean, there's those channels out there where it's just like father son Minecraft, dude. Those things take off.
Yeah, there's like like my kids watch. I want to say it's FGTV. It's like Family Gamer Television or whatever.
That's cool.
And it's
I haven't heard of
husband. Yeah, it's husband and wife, and then their 2 kids. And oftentimes they'll play like Mario together, or they'll play different games together and stuff. It's kind of neat. But like he does some incredible video editing. Like it's just for me, that's just and I've done some of it. I just don't have the time to put into all of it, like to do it that way. So the Stream Deck makes it easy for me to avoid having to edit anything post.
Right.
Like post-production, because if I do it during the game, like, oh, I got a first down, let me hit the first down button.
Right.
I think it's kind of cool.
So like
I would use that pedal, but the Stream Deck is definitely one of the best accessories I have.
One thing I would want it for is clips. The foot pedal for clips.
Oh, like to clip it?
Yeah, because like reaching, like especially with like mouse and keyboard, taking your hand off that mouse is such a bad idea, especially in the kinds of games I play with FPSs and stuff. So just being able to hit that, but I want that clip, that. So like if I were using it, it has like 3 buttons, right? As far as I saw, middle one, mic on the right, clip on the left, a pin. So like, Twitch has a setting to where like if you want to pin something like in your VOD, it'll drop a pin. So like when you go to your VOD to make a video, you can just be like, oh, okay, there's a pin, here's a pin, here's a pin. And you know what those pins are from just, from playing and stuff. So that would be cool. Definitely cool. I'm a huge fan of Elgato. I have multiple of their products. They make quality stuff. I have 2 different of their capture cards, and if I really wanted to go 4K, I'd get a 3rd one, but I just don't think 4K is kind of there yet to where I feel like I need to.
I have the 4K capture card. I don't know for sure, but last I checked, I thought Twitch still wasn't there.
Right. YouTube, however,
Like YouTube is, but Twitch wasn't. I got that. I have a separate one. So I have the one that's built into the PC.
right.
I
That's
have the
what I
one for my laptop as well. So like all the consoles behind me, anytime I want to do any streaming from those, I just put my laptop over there and I plug right in.
Right.
And right now that capture card is actually just plugged into a USB adapter. So it's getting power from a power strip. But then when I need to use it for for streaming purposes, it just goes that way.
Right. I mean, yeah. And like I said, their key lights are great. Their ring lights are great. But I just wish they would do more stuff because like they were founded on being innovative with these capture cards. And because I mean, at the time there weren't a whole lot of capture cards, but theirs was simple, easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
They took the market. And the Stream Deck, amazing. It's like, but these foot pedals and stuff already existed. Yeah, theirs is way better for sure. No doubt about that. I mean, software alone as well as the hardware. But like, they're making like they have Elgato like strip lights. Like, okay, come on. Like, I get it, I understand it. Trust me, I do. And it's gonna link with all their stuff, and that's cool. But like, I'm just not the consumer that's gonna get super excited about like lights. Like,
No, to me, I love lights. I love my lights.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I do too. But
brand-
I'm a Philips guy. I'm a Philips and
brand-
Nanoleaf.
Yeah, the brand of light to me doesn't matter as much as the quality of what I can do with it. I love the ones behind me right now. They're just not in the right places. Like I have to reset up my area back here.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work because they're on two different levels.
Yeah.
But I don't want them on the wall either. So you have to kind of figure out what works. I don't necessarily like the strips, like the little flexible strips. I've just had a bad track record with those. So like the tube ones or the big triangles or the Nanoleaf, like those, I really do think those are the best way to go.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put them on my wall. Like I'm just not there.
Yeah. I mean, they go up with command strips, which is nice. So it's like, it's like not hard to install, not hard to take
and that's
down.
how the big FC Cincinnati thing that's behind my head, that's up with command strips. I mean, it was like, hey, let's
aren't
try
they
that.
greck?
Yeah, I mean they work really well, and I have all the ones that are attached to my arcade machines. Like I put lights on the back sides and the tops of the arcades. Those are all command stripped onto those too.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to mess with the walls any more than I have to.
Yeah, I'm like trying to like pick up and change. Not really change, but just reorganize my setup, get it back. I want it to be better than what it was before. Actually, I don't know if I want to show you the mess of my desk, so we're gonna go up. But I've had this flag for so long. It came from Infinite Warfare, I think. I finally put it up. It's like really cool. It's like a Grim Reaper with a spear riding like a Pegasus.
Yeah, I found my Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, my pirate flag.
Yeah.
That's eventually going to go up somewhere down here. It's just a matter of me figuring out where it's going to be.
I have this, like, I don't know where I even want to put it yet. I might just put it on my door. But it's a giant optic gaming flag. Yeah, cool. So it's super cool, and like as far as I know, you can't even buy these anymore. So like,
it actually is super cool when you hold it up because it makes the Nanoleaf lights red and blue behind it.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of overexposed like that. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just like put it over the nano,
in front of the nano lights.
And just cause a fire.
No, let's not cause a fire. But
just a small. You know what's crazy is like these are as cold as the wall. They actually never heat up like at all. So I think it'll be okay. Hold on, let's see. Oh, oops. I'm unplugging things now with my chair.
It's funny because Tay is like in desperation mode to get his room completely set up.
Yeah.
And I always explain to him, and we've talked about it before on the show, like it never is the way you want it. You never stop. Yeah. Yeah, that looks super cool, actually.
Does that look pretty cool?
It looks pretty cool.
It covers all of them, too.
Yeah, it looks really cool in front of it.
All right. Well, now we're only 2 thumbtacks. We're 2 thumbtacks away from this being a thing.
Yeah, I actually think it looks really cool in front of it. I like.
Well, then I'll probably do that just because, It would be easy to take down if I hated it.
We joke a lot about like setting up your room and wanting it to be perfect. It never gets that way.
No.
Like every time I'm like, okay, this is I like where it's at. I think it looks good. And then I'll see something and I'm like, oh, well, I could tweak this.
Or you get something new. Or you get something new, you see something that you want, you're like, oh, okay. For instance, like I now have a vinyl player. And it's like, well,
me too. It's
like I didn't plan on like, like, this is my favorite album, like ever. Yeah. Logic, Under Pressure. And it's like now it's like I gotta find, a place.
Yeah. Like I've got mine hiding in the back corner over there. My Nirvana Unplugged album is the go-to for that.
There you go.
Like it's, you can see everything's thrown over on the love seat over here at this point. It's just all tossed because that's how it's been like this last week or so. But the room is constantly changing. Like I'm like, oh, well, I could do this. Or, oh, I should get these recliners. And I'm like, wait, no, I should not. Like, I really don't have space for any more furniture. We're wall-to-wall furniture at this point down here. There's some space behind me because we've been doing, like, just dance and yoga and some of the, what's that? Ring Fit Adventure. Some of that stuff's been getting done around here. But I always want a new thing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that.
It's always like, okay, it looks good, I like it, and I just go get another thing. Or like, I am notorious for charge devices, because on Xbox controllers they just eat batteries, right? Like I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And we literally now have one of these PDP gaming recharge stations for every single Xbox that's in the house.
Jeez.
Like I just got another one. So now everyone has the ability to charge two controllers.
All right.
Like I'm just not going to pay. Like I think I got it for like $19.99.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that in a year I would spend more than that on batteries.
Oh, for sure.
Like, so, but that's one of those things that's like always a thing. And then in the locker behind me, all of my charge stations for down here are inside that locker. So if you open up one of the panels of the locker, all the controllers are in there on their chargers.
Right. That's super cool.
It's hidden, but they're all in there charging.
Right. They're all there.
Yeah. So the ones that are rechargeable, that's kind of where they're at, with the exceptions of the ones that I use like every day or every other day out here on the PC. I do have. Next week we'll talk about it. The Wolverine Ultimate RGB from Razer. Is it Razer? I want to say it's Razer. Let me check to see who actually made that. It is Razer. Yeah, it's like I'm drawing a blank, but it's Razer. So it's an RGB Xbox controller that you can use for PC, but it has programmable RGB.
Okay.
I got one of those. Those are really, really cool, and I haven't messed with it at all, so I'll be talking a little bit about that probably next week. But that's just another piece to the gamer puzzle around here. Like there's always something else that can get done. I still haven't done the unboxing for the Forza controller.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, they're still here. Like I haven't done them. Like they're here. Like just like I want to just do it, but at the same time we're like, what?
Right.
I haven't had time. I've been trying to figure out time to do every little thing. And the night that Tay and I played, it was literally like a spur of the moment thing. I was like, hey, my schedule changed. Are you still streaming?
Well, there you go.
He was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I'm logging on to my PlayStation now.
Well, I'm glad you guys finally got to play though. Cause it's been kind of a long time coming. I mean, probably since like halfway through the beginning of this show kind of thing.
Yeah, it's been almost I would say it's probably 6 months since we started talking about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he would roll me in NBA. If we ever played NBA against each other, it would just be ugly. But I would say that if he rolled me in NBA, I would probably do the same to him in FIFA. I think Madden's probably our
right
game
in the middle.
In the middle on.
Who knows? I mean, I don't know how much NBA he plays, but
a lot.
I thought he played a lot of Madden too, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, he has certain tendencies in Madden, which is what I was keying on. Because I've watched him leading up to playing him. I had watched him on stream for like 2 weeks.
You're taking notes, scouting him out.
Yeah. So like I knew what he was going to do in certain situations, and I was like, all right, here we go. Yeah. But I mean, it's fun. It was a good time. Hopefully he seemed to take the loss pretty well. I mean, I went on every form of social media.
Oh man, just victory lap, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, then he's like, oh, he's in here talking smack in the chat. And then in the chat, I was like, yeah, check Twitter. And then he was like, oh. And I was like, oh, and Facebook. And he's like, he goes, no way. And I was like, oh, don't forget Insta. I know how much you love Instagram.
That's when you're just tweeting just the image of.
I just tweeted the video of the last touchdown. Like, here it is, and then tagged him in it. But yeah, it's just really funny. That's the part of gaming that I think I've missed a lot of. Like just playing against other people, and like I wish that in-person events were more of a thing again, because that was always the fun part when you do those big tournaments, like the big Madden events or whatever.
Right.
Now, to be like completely honest, like he talks so much smack that I was just like, I'm over it already. Like I almost took the headphones off and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna beat him and then we'll see what he says.
Just beat him with the headphones off so we don't have to hear it, huh?
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of smack talk going on. But I miss the being able, even if it's on two consoles, like, and have the monitors back to back so you can't see each other's plays. I used to love events like that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that was always the thing, is like you'd have like a third, like 1 in 3 chances knowing what someone picks, right? Because like there's 3 on the screen, you're only picking 1, but
right. Well, and like EA has or EMLS is going on again right now, and they're in their second swing. Like today and tomorrow is their Series 2.
Right.
And they were originally supposed to be live events, and now they're not. It just doesn't feel the same watching them on stream. Like the guy for FC Cincinnati's playing in his bedroom. Like you see his bed in the background.
Yeah, like, it kind of takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, well, it takes away from like the seriousness aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're in that event, it's like a different energy. You know what I mean? Like people's nerves are running a little bit, so it also, you know, affects people's gameplay. But
yeah, I think for me, it needs to be in person, or at least like they need to invest a little bit in giving the guys a background behind them, even if it's just like a PVC pipe, like that you put behind your chair that has like the team logos and like some sponsors or whatever on it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd feel much, much better watching it than seeing somebody's bed in the background.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Even a green screen. I mean, there's even like webcam technology now that it's like.
I have that NVIDIA broadcast software where I can click a button and my whole background goes away.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's all it takes, and it's like somehow we're just not doing that, I guess.
Yeah, and it was disappointing. It's disappointing to me to see it that way, because they're supposed to be the professionals, and to me that means like, you know, I'm not a professional podcaster. We do this, partially because we really enjoy it. And the other part is we want to get out the content and the news and whatever.
Right.
But, like, this is my gaming space. So it's a video
That
game
makes
related.
sense.
But,
Right.
like,
But your bed's not in the background. So you know what I mean? It's like it's always that, right? It's no different than if like you're in a work meeting and it's like you're on the toilet. It's like there's a time and a place, right? And it's kind of the same thing, and it takes away from it.
Yeah, like I have a Zoom call, but I'm taking a dump.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the same. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah. But, like, I think if I'm doing a special event or whatever, or like even when I'm streaming, like I stream and I take the background out behind me most of the time when I stream, and I put myself in the corner of the video, but the background's not there. It'd be a really easy thing for them to do for that event, and it would just clean it up,
right,
just a little bit more.
Yeah,
maybe I feel more excited about it. I just of all the esports, like that should be the one that really gets me. That one and Madden, because those are the two that I really have played the most of. And I'm just not into the FIFA one right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I totally get that. I mean, I can't watch CS:GO when they're all sitting at home. Like you watch it partially because of that energy that's involved with it, and sitting at home takes away from that energy. No different than like playing with friends. You know what I mean? Some games are just better with playing with friends than versus playing by yourself, and this is kind of is how it is. So,
I'll be interested. Tomorrow's like I want to say it's either tomorrow or Friday or the next set of games. Like FCC's player he's at 500. He had 3 wins, 3 losses, and a draw, I think, and was in like 2 points out of 8th place, which the top 8 advance.
Right.
After that first and second round of games. So, I mean, 500 gets you through usually, like traditionally. So he may be okay if he can finish 500 tomorrow. But I'm just going to wait for the results because I can't get excited watching everybody just play at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'll feel that some way about some tournaments too, where you just go back and you'll just want to see the results. You didn't really might not have the time or just weren't that interested, but you still want to know what happened, kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to know what's going to happen. I would love to see them put something together. Like I used to love watching those events. I loved watching the commentators like in between games, like having 2 or 3 people talking on the mic and like conversing back and forth. It's just not the same right now.
Right.
I don't know. I get the safety thing. I get wanting to make sure everybody's safe. I'm not saying throw it all out the window. I'm just saying change the presentation a little bit to make me want to watch.
Yeah. And I mean, they could have done it in a safe way too, in person. It would have just took a lot more effort, time, and money. But I understand why they didn't do that either. So
yeah, I get that.
Well, that brings us to about 9 o'clock. I don't have anything else. I mean, as far as news go, I didn't see anything else worth mentioning.
Pokemon comes out on Friday.
Pokemon what? That's not even on my radar.
Legends of Arceus or Arceus or however I don't remember how to pronounce it.
So is that like a traditional Pokemon game or is that like different?
It is a traditional Pokemon game, but it is supposedly amazing.
Do you think it's going to be better than that? What was the last Pokemon game that came out that was like straight up like Pokemon?
Sword and Shield. Well,
that's right. Was that
they had Diamond? They re-released Diamond and Pearl, but Sword and Shield were the ones that were the new ones. Diamond and Pearl were just remasters.
Whereas Sword and Shield, were those any good?
They were okay. They weren't great.
They're okay. Why were they just okay? Because it's just Pokemon. It's just
Pokemon game. Yeah. The interesting part about this, and we'll wrap the show with it, like the reviews that are coming out. 5 out of 5, 9 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Eurogamer. Either like this game is crafted by subtractive sculpture, and it's weirdly refreshing. Pokemon Legends Arceus is either the series bare minimum or its purest form, and I think it can be both at once. Like, just an interesting take on it. Like, they're saying that there's some problems with performance in handheld mode.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not enough to hold you back from playing it.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know. I'm not a
Polygon-
huge Pokemon guy, but I
Polygon
mean that's
says it's a
kind of
bit of a
interesting.
mess.
A bit of a mess. Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's like it's a bit of a mess, but all first drafts are. It stumbles often on its way to innovation. It's trying to evolve a nearly 24-year-old series. The
Interesting.
good bits of Pokemon Legends Arceus outweigh the bad, rounding out a successful first attempt at an action-centric Pokemon game. So it should be here on Friday. We'll see. Like, I got charged for it and was like, what did I just get charged for from Amazon? Like, I literally like had a mild panic attack because it's like, I haven't ordered anything.
Right.
What could I possibly order? But yeah, so I will be streaming that this weekend. It'll be my first ever Pokemon stream that wasn't the camera game, Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap looked like.
I actually enjoyed it because it was just sit back and chill and take.
Yeah,
pictures.
that's true.
I was just like, oh, cool. I just need a Saturn. Oh, excuse me. Woo, been a long
time
day.
of night.
Yeah, it was a long day today, and it's going to be a long one tomorrow. I have to work late tomorrow night, but good news is I will be working late in Columbus for the U.S. men's national team match against El Salvador.
Well, there you go.
So
that works out perfectly.
I get to watch some soccer. And it's the wife's birthday, so I'm taking her with me. So she gets to freeze. Go. She gets to freeze along with me.
Yeah, I think today like the low is 3.
Yeah, this morning I woke up and I like literally walked outside and took this deep breath and was like, "Oh, bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that again."
It's cold.
Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be like a high of 33 up there. So we're going to be up there right like a couple hours before game time, probably freezing our butts off, but should be fun. So that's about it. Everybody, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you really to Game Day.
Really excited to bury myself in some Pokemon this weekend, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know next week. I'm curious.
We'll
you might be able to talk me into it because I have not played my Switch in a long time, and so maybe
it might be one worth picking up.
It probably is. In all honesty, it's probably worth picking up, but I think at the same time, like, I just don't know. I just don't think I should be spending any money on video games right now until like I'm either fully back in or, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. I already feel like I don't have a whole lot of time, and so like I would have to start just like if I start playing video games, things would like just automatically get cut off. So we'll see, but I will vicariously play Pokemon through you.
That works. I'll do it on stream so people can see it and then make their decision on their own. It looks pretty, so we'll take a look and see.
Yeah. All right.
Well. All right, everybody. We will catch you next week. Hopefully, Tay will be back with us, and everything will be all well in the world. But thanks for watching the Connection Interruption podcast, and we will catch you next time.
Boy.
See ya.